It's a rematch of last year's FCX Boys Hockey Championship from the Darien Ice House, live on the DAF Media Network. Tonight, the new Canaan Rams look to repeat their performance from that championship win last March, while the Darien Blue Wave look to snap a 2-game losing streak. And up front, and just wide there, and off the rebound, and it's in! Sam Erickson puts the Blue Wave up 1-0.
Puck came loose, knocked it right glove side, or blocker side.
And we took and face-off Buchanan with the win, the shot, and that's it.
Jack Johnson, boom.
Stick side low, you got a little screen on that Darien D. Good look.
We had a good vantage. You could see exactly where he was trying to go, and he buried it.
And that was up front, and that one it looks like he got in.
Another one.
Buchanan forward sitting right in front there.
Coming down on the offense. The shot.
Oh, Eccleston again for Eccleston.
Just 5.6 left in the period.
I think that was a tip, Gagala. Did he get some lumber on that?
And
Michael Rare.
Up front. And it's
oh! Michael Rare to Carter Spain. What a hustle effort by Rare.
With the shot, and it's in.
Wow.
That's a great look on that right side there.
I believe Tommy Holland with the assist to Sam Erickson.
Quick wrister.
Puck up front, and it's in.
Oh,
great
boy.
Quick release by Matheson on the left side there.
Got to the point. Really nice play by Darien. Was that tip?
Did look.
Erickson.
And
the shot is in! Darien ties it up with 51 seconds left.
2 saves by Matt Stein on that left
That was
point.
close. They just held it in, and I don't think Johnson saw anything.
No,
barely.
a lot
the
of
last
there.
second he saw it.
Matt Stein made that happen.
And we're going to take a quick intermission here before we head to 8 minutes of sudden death hockey. The game on the line here. Tried to go to the right side.
Really good save.
For a shot.
And the clock is going to hit zeros, and that is going to be our final for tonight.
Hello and welcome to the Darien Ice House on this Saturday night. It's Dylan Pescator, Austin Platt, Will Johnson here at the DAF Media Network and NCTV 78 broadcast. It's a joint broadcast between both foundations. We got a good one in store tonight. The new Canaan Rams coming in after a big win over Ridgefield, a 1-0 win in overtime, and then the Darien Blue Wave, who haven't lost in a matter of 3 games to, of course, the #1 seed, Fairfield Co-op Mustangs. Austin, let's start with you. New Canaan coming off a big win. How are they going to repeat it today against a tough Blue Wave team?
They got 2 big wins against St. Joe's last week, and then in the middle of the week, a big 1-0 overtime win against a tough Ridgefield team. This team knows Darien very well. Of course, they met in the FCX Championship, held on to a 4-1 lead, 1-4-3. They gave up 2 goals late, but held on. And then in the first meeting between these 2 teams last month, of course, they had a 4-1 lead and then blew it. A goal from Darien in the last minute of the game when they had an empty net, a 4-4 tie. Buchanan was up 4-1 in that game. They've played well. They've had some good starts against the co-op team, that Fairfield team. They're up 3-0 and lost 7-5, so get off to a good start. They got to be physical down low. Bo Johnson needs to see that puck.
And let's go over to you, Will. This Darien team, coming off that FCX Championship loss and then getting that tie in the regular season game. Now a big FCX matchup here tonight, Saturday night. What are you looking at of the Blue Wave?
Darien can't find themselves in a deep hole early like they did last game. They had to claw themselves their way back in, down 4-1 in the second period. If they can somehow find a way to get the lead early and maintain it, they can find a way to win this game.
All right, so let's do it. Warm-ups are over. Anthem about to start. two top-tier teams in the FCA. Currently, number 3 Darien, number 4 New Canaan. A little bit different from last year, but both have the star power still within their rankings. Their depth will be tested tonight as both teams line up for the anthem, and we'll be right back. And we are back after a very nice anthem and very nice introductions. Dylan Pescator, Austin Platt, Will Johnson, DAF Media Network, along with NCTV in a joint broadcast. Here we go. Saturday night, New Canaan coming in. Overall, 5-4-1, 2 wins against St. Joe's, and then Bo Johnson has a record of 3-4-1, I should say. Darien coming in 4-3-2. It will be Bo Johnson against Chris Schofield. That's your goaltending matchup, and that was your goaltending matchup in the FCI Championship, Austin.
That's correct. Of course, Bo Johnson got the better of Darien, a 4-3, very nail-biting game. New Canaan got off to a really good start in that game. Of course, after that 10-2 game, New Canaan switched up the lines, and Darien had to get used to it. But these teams know each other very well. Of course, a huge addition, Will, that Darien gets back. Jamison Moore, we did not see in the first game, but he's back for the Wave.
Yeah, Jamison's a big part of this Darien team. For them to have him back is going to be a big advantage for them. As last game, they did not have him in this matchup, so hopefully he can make a big impact on the game.
Of course, both teams meeting with their goaltender at the net. Now we'll head back to their benches and we'll get started. Starters for New Canaan: Johnson, Rayer, and Bowden Gamble. On defense will be Gavin Reed and Matty Pinella. And Will, who's starting for Darien?
Darien, you got Sam Erickson, Jamison Moore up front, and Teddy Dyer on the offense. And then on defense, you got Matt Stein and Luke Johnston.
That number one duo of Stein and Johnson, both seniors, will hem down this Darien defensive unit. Both teams riled up here on this Saturday night as we get ready for a puck drop. Moore and Gamble will go down with the puck. And off we go. New Canaan wins the faceoff. Reed trying to get in, now Stein. Bring it in as Dyer. He'll try to cycle it in. Reed goes the other way, a turnover. Erickson by net throws it in front. Back out point, Lancaster shot saved and blocked.
Big block, it's Jack Johnson. New Canaan needs to block shots to help out Bo Johnson, of course, his younger brother.
Darien will dump it in once more with Erickson. Going after his Pinella. He's got Rayer on the boards, tries to find him on a long pass. Michael Rayer falls down and then gets smashed into the boards.
Great defense.
Albert Leon. An icing here. Leon absolutely lit up Rayer along the boards.
Yeah, you see great defense there from Conway. Great pass from Pinella up front to Rayer, and Conway was able to get back and recover to stop a potential goal.
Fast start to this one. Face-off will be to the right of Schofield. There'll be a line of Eccleston, Spain, and Dean. New Canaan switching up the lines a little bit as they're looking to get hot. Winning it back is Lau. Behind that, Spain. Leon trying to clear it out. Conway along the left side boards, and he does to the neutral zone. Over to Metler. Forward turns defenseman. He throws it behind Schofield. We're after is Spangler. Now Conway. Nice pass to Leon. He'll try to get in deep. Blocked away by the New Canaan defense. Now taken by Conway along to his backhand. Tries to get a shot off, but he just missed it as soon as he was ready to release that shot. Now New Canaan flipping it along. Here's a rush. Dean. Over to Lampert. He takes a shot. Saved by Schofield. Trying to put it through the legs of the junior netminder. But he closed it just in time. Good shot there, Austin.
What a big addition. Obviously, Luke Lampert scored a goal in that second game of the year against Notre Dame West Haven for NC. He's been out with a hip injury. It's his first game back. And when we talked to a couple of the boys' captains, they said, of course, Griffin Dean and Luke Lampert were two guys to look out for as playoffs continue. Of course, Dean scored two shorties against Darien in that FCAC final.
Here we go, Ives on the faceoff. He wins it back. New training, trying to figure it out. Back to Wheatfeld, the brother of Justin. It's Cameron. He's getting some time here on the ice for defense. Ives tries to put it on in. Ellis with a big hit along the boards on Johnston. Now Ives gets a stick for Johnson. A nice battle. Ives now trying to go to the net. Tries a backhand pass. He lost the stick. Now back out point. Wheatfeld shot just over the net. Might have grazed the crossbar. New Canaan trying to keep it in. A nice hit along the wall. Now here's a chance for Darien. Another hit along the wall. Both teams very physical to start off. Trying to flip it in is New Canaan. Johnson takes a hit from Kroll. Freshman getting out on the physical activities. Gamble in his own zone. The two-way center circles back. Behind Johnson. They get out to the neutral zone. Flip right back in by Holland. The third line defender. A fall here by the New Canaan defenseman. Taking his Bronco. Fourth line for Darien now on. Behind the net, Bronco on his backhand. Trying to cycle it. They tried to throw it in front. Couldn't find Thurlow. Now back to the point and clear it out of the zone. Stein tries to get it in front. Reed trying to cross-ice pass. He turns it over. Darien now trying to get a shot. Blocked out in the point. Now the right circle. Another pass fanned on, and New Canaan will get out to the neutral zone once again. A nice start here for Darien.
Yeah, Darien's played 2 freshmen so far, Tommy Holland and Elliot Lancaster. You know, big switch for them. Let's see if they can make an impact.
A shot on net, another save by Johnson on the rebound. It's still loose as Dyer pokes at it. A big save on that rebound from Bo Johnson, the sophomore netminder.
That's a good offensive possession from Darien. Even though they didn't come up with a goal, they still got some good shots on net, so good start for them.
Eccleston puts it in. Beach trying to get out. It hits Spain. Beach on the second try. Gets it out to Erickson, the first line winger. Reed will try to put it on in. Touched by Eccleston. Beach once again. He turns it over. A good pass to DeVillers. Now to Lau. Danny Lau to the left side. He'll turn it in. And he goes on after it. He's got a pass in the slot. Taken on its backhand by the Darien forward. Back out point Johnson. He tries a shot. Blocked away in the slot. Johnson tries to keep it in, but it's brought out by Eccleston to the neutral zone.
Good block there by Gavin Reed of New Canaan. When we talked to him, he said, of course, Jamison Moore, Sam Erickson, 2 of the guys to look out for, 2 of the captains as well on this Darien team.
DeVillers along the right side wall, having some trouble with it. Ellis throws it in front. Back out point. Lampert shoots. Saved by Schofield.
Good save there from Chris Schofield. Lampert had an open look. No one was in front. Schofield was able to get a glove on it.
And a nice pass there from Carter Ellis.
Of course, trying to get it back to the slot. Lampert's got a good shot. Of course, he's on his D partner, Shane Metler, who's probably got the quickest shot on this New Canaan team.
Yeah, both teams with some great offense so far. A lot of shots on net. No team's been able to find the back of the net yet, but you know, good start for both teams.
And that's a good sign by Ellis, Austin, because he's been very quiet this year.
Yeah, he's certainly had his fair share of unfortunate games this year. Of course, in that Greenwich game where they lost 1-0 up at Dorothy Hamill, he had about 3 opportunities in the last 30 seconds that he couldn't convert, and he's had a rough season this year, the senior has.
Looking to get hot at the right time. Johnson. Also face-off win by the Blue Wave. Back out point, Metler. His shot was trying to get deflected by Gamble, but he blocked it accidentally. Now here's a chance. Moore on the right side. Shoots it just wide off the stick of Lampert. A great block there by the sophomore defenseman with his stick.
Great block. Yeah, he was able to stop a 2-on-1. He had Erickson on the backside, ready for a one-timer, and he was able to get in front of it.
Both the first line forward and the defensive lines for Darien are out. Johnson along the wall, trying to keep it in. He does with Dyer. Now back behind that, Lampert finds Rayer on the right side wall. He'll try to get out, and he does. A great pass to Johnson. Jack Johnson has a chance, moving on in, takes the shot, but it's blocked away by Johnson. Luke, that is, thrown in front. Oh, what a chance for Gamble. He couldn't get his stick on it. Rayer now with it. Throws it down deep to Johnson. Jack Johnson back to Rayer in the slot. Nice move to his backhand, still around the net. Great job by Michael Rayer here. Back out point. We felt just wide, trying to find Jack Johnson on a deflection. Kept in by New Canaan with Rayer as they're in the middle of a change. He throws it on net. Nice save by Schofield with his left pad. Luke Johnson out and to the neutral zone.
Yeah, New Canaan had a chance there. Luke Lampert was able to fire a nice pass in, and Schofield was able to get in front of it.
Rayer taken down. Spangler, we have a penalty coming up. And it'll be on New Canaan.
With all the offensive plays going on in this game, you're hoping New Canaan can capitalize on this, as they've got so many shots on net with even strength. So hopefully they can get a better one here on a power play.
It'll be Michael Rayer going to the box. Austin, what did you see?
I didn't see much there. It looked like maybe on the other end, it looked like he was hit and maybe went up with a cross check. But I didn't see much in that call. Rayer's such a huge addition, a key junior on this team on this second line. 5 goals, 6 assists, had the assist in the overtime winner on Wednesday against Ridgefield. And that's a great shift there from New Canaan, making sure they don't ice the puck. That's something key that Coach Jones is certainly going to echo to his players. And it was a good pass outside of their zone. And Rayer was looking for a chance on an odd man rush, but instead he's in the box.
Lau wins the faceoff. Back to the point, a shot, saved by Johnson, the rebound, still in Johnson, loose, no whistle yet, and now the referees blow it dead on a save by Johnson. That point shot coming from Leon.
Yeah, Darien's got to capitalize here, just as New Canaan has. They've thrown a lot of shots on net as well, so hopefully they can put one in the back in this power play.
Both with very fast starts. A lot of jump in both teams' legs. It's the second unit of the power play for Darien, as their first line was just on, getting a little bit of a rest. Lau back on the faceoff. Ties him up. Stulus and Darien comes out with it. Back out point Spangler. Now over to Leon. He shoots. Saved by Johnson. The rebound. Oh, just wide. I'm not sure if Johnson got it, but it did not make its way into the net. Back out to Spangler. He shoots. to the short side and wide, hits the glass. Now to Leon, he'll dump it on in. Conway, he scored the lone goal against Greenwich. Tried to do a cross-ice pass to Lau, it didn't connect. Now Lau, over to Leon. Back to Lau, tries a one-timer, misses. Another shot, just goes over the net and out of play.
Yeah, 3 great shots here in the power play for Darien. Have not been able to capitalize, but they easily could have put one in the back of the net there. New Canaan's lucky they've been able to survive so far.
Yeah, it looked like Bo Johnson did get a piece of that slight bit of it with his blocker. What an unbelievable save there going across his crease. Really good power play. Another shot looked like might have rung off the crossbar as well before it went high out of play.
Here's the number 1 unit for Darien. They go back out to the point. Thurlow shoots over the head of Johnson. Metler will try to get out. He cannot. Kept in by Erickson. He takes a shot and saved by Johnson. Going back to that last sequence, Austin, talk about how that save was just like Bo Johnson saving OT over their last matchup.
Unbelievable save, yeah. Of course, you think about what great save he had. It was a great move by Darien on an odd man rush with about a minute to go in overtime. Johnson's had to make key saves. He's done it in his 2 years now as New Canaan netminder.
Dyer wins it away from Metler. Now batting with Lampert. He comes out of it. Back out to the point. Johnson. He'll wait. Under a minute to go in this power play for Darien. Kept in by Erickson. Metler battling with, comes out in the slot. A shot saved by Johnson once again. Kept in by Luke Johnson. And now a turnover. Here's a chance. Kroll shoots. Deflected over the net. Johnson got his stick on it. Now here's a chance for Darien. Moore battled off the puck and cleared by the Rams.
Finally, New Canaan clears this puck. It felt like they were inside the defense zone. That was Jack Eccleston there, the senior, who's had a surprise season thus far. Had that chance, but just went wide.
Erickson turns with it on the half wall. He turns it over, and New Canaan gets it out once again.
The puck went off the ref skates. New Canaan's got some fortunate bounces here on this PK.
Yeah, Darien so far has had some good opportunities in the first minute of the power play. Last minute, it's been all New Canaan, been able to clear it pretty consistently.
Another clear here. Darien delayed offside. They'll have to touch up. Power play is over. We're back to even strength. Turnover. Here's Bronco along left side boards. Throws it in front. No one could get it. And New Canaan will clear it out to the neutral zone once again. Here's Ellis on his backhand trying to get around the Darien defender Hole. He can't. Kept in the Darien zone. Ellis and Hole back at it again in a matchup. Feifel. Hole and back to Hole. To the right side, goes on his forehand, shot, blocked away by Johnson. The rebound in front, another save by the sophomore netminder.
A good opportunity there for Darien, and Bo Johnson able to get in front of it.
A hard bounce off the backside wall, and it came right back in front. Bo Johnson stayed attentive. Kroll trying to get a turnover. Trying to keep it in, they can. Now taken down. No call there. Leon gloves it down, but he can't keep it in. Now a hit at center. We're going to have another penalty, and we have a player down.
I believe that's on Alec Garabit.
Garabit will go to the box, Will, as you said. The hit was on Kroll. And now the New Canaan power play will get some chances here after Darien has mostly dominated this first period.
Yeah, I believe that was actually Sam Ives, one of the senior captains who went down there, scored a goal in their first matchup that increased New Canaan's lead, and it will be Lowe that will go to the box.
Yeah, rough hit from Garabit there. Sam Ives, was able to get up, thankfully for New Canaan. So hopefully he'll be able to play the rest of this game with no further injuries.
All right, so New Canaan will use just their first line for their power play unit. It will be Metler and Lampert on the backside, Gamble, Raher, and Johnson on this unit, Lau, Feifel, and Conway on the PK along with Stein. Lampert trying to keep it in. Bordered by Conway, and he gets it out.
Good start for Darien.
Lau chasing along with it. Battling with Lampert. He's trying to wrap around chance, saved by Johnson. Now Conway trying to eat up more this time. Just skating around, no attentiveness by the New Canaan defenders, and he just dumps it right back in. 25 off this PK so far for Darien.
I'm surprised Bo Johnson didn't play that puck initially when it came all the way down. It looks like he was going to and then was hesitant and decided not to, and Darien killed off some time.
Lampert along the board trying to get it out, and once again cleared, this time by Spangler. It'll come to Johnson.
Good job by Spangler there to get it out of the zone. got through 2 New Canaan defenders and was able to put it all the way to the other end of the ice.
Thurlow and Bronco on this PK unit for Darien, along with Spangler and Sign. Taken here by Lampert. He'll dump it on in. Not much on the UCAN power play so far. Lampert keeps it in with his skate. Now going down to the goal line, throws it in front, cleared out by Spangler. Back to Mettler at the point. His shot blocked by Bronca. And now here's a chance. Billy Bronca. Oh, he takes a fall. Just a little bit too much speed for the 4th line forward. And that open ice just got to his mind.
It looked like he had a chance there for a shorthanded goal, one-on-one with Bo Johnson, and he just tripped up and fell right into Shane Mettler.
Yeah, Mettler was exhausted there as well. He was looking to the bench and didn't realize the puck was behind him, and Bronco was going to be in, but the ice monster got the best of him.
20 seconds left in this New Canaan power play. Their second unit now on Gamble, Eccleston, and Dean. Eccleston, drop pass, trying to find Dean. Clear it out once again.
This has been a great penalty kill for Darien. They just as the time ticks down here, just under 5 seconds on the power play, they've been able to hold New Canaan to only 1 or 2 shots. So great job by them.
Absolutely. Well, we're back to even strength. Eccleston puts one on net. Blocker to side by Schofield. Leon gets it out with the help of DeVillers, but it will go for icing. 4:12 left here in this first period.
Yeah, it seems like Darien's been winning the offensive possessions here so far. Got a lot more shots on net. They've been a bit unlucky with some shots wide and some good saves from Bo Johnson. Expect one of these to go down soon, but let's see if New Canaan can get one here.
It's the exact opposite in their first matchup, where Teddy DiBerardinis let in 4 on 19 shots. Bo Johnson letting in 4 on about 38 shots. Back out point, New Canaan with a shot, patted away by Schofield. That came from the stick of Gavin Reed, the senior captain. Eccleston on with Dean. Conway along the left side boards. He gets it out, but right to the stick of Reed. Waiting for his forwards to get back in the neutral zone. Stein kept in by Reed at the blue. But DeVillers trying for a long pass to Lau. Couldn't find him, but still in the New Canaan zone. Lau comes in front, shouldered away by Johnson on that short side chance. Now still in front, Lau battling with Johnson. Below the net. Now side of the net comes off his hinges, as there was a battle below the goal line, and we'll have a stoppage of play here.
Really good play there from Darien, getting the puck in the zone, and unfortunate the net came off its bearings. Darien knows a little bit about that in that last game against Co-op. DiBerardinis clearly pushed the net off its bearings in overtime, and Fairfield was looking for a call but didn't get one, and Blue Wave aren't going to get a call here either.
So here's a third line for Darien: Lancaster, Garabet, and Whitaker. A sophomore, freshman, and a junior. They get in front. Poke checked away by Johnson. Ellis along the wall. Can't get it out. Kept in by Spangler.
Hey, Darien's got some young players out there. I see about 1 or 2 sophomores and one or two freshmen here. So
and here's the new defenseman for New Canaan, Austin, Jack Murphy.
Yeah, New Canaan's trying to been cycling defensemen. Of course, they were playing with 5 without Lampert, and now with 6. They're still getting Murphy some chances. He's got a good shot and does have a goal this year.
Here's Ives, takes a shot. Oh, just blocked away by Schofield. Might have been over the net, but a lot of room there on the shoulder side as Whitaker chases after it with Murphy.
Yeah, good save by Schofield just off the blocker.
Ives trying for a breakaway. Carter Ellis on his backhand, fighting for it. Ellis, oh, he just missed it with his stick. Waiting for a change here is New Canaan. Kroll battling for it. A great back check there by the Darien defender, as Moore takes it out along the left side wall. Austin, what did you see there from Ellis?
Yeah, great. He's injured as he's skating off here. He's going to go to the bench, and he is took some time there to get to the bench, but a really good back check. And Ellis is basically playing with one hand there.
Mettler with a turnover. Johnson with a huge save there on Moore.
Yeah, good play by Jameson Moore there to take it away. Just got a wrister off on net, and it was gloved away by Bo Johnson.
That's a turnover you cannot make, Austin.
No, especially not in the high slot. Really good save there. A couple of New Canaan sticks trying to get in the way by Johnson. Did well to cover up to prevent a second opportunity with 2:18 to go in this fast-moving, physical first period.
Yeah, and Jameson Moore wants that one back. He put it right in the chest of Bo Johnson. He had put it in a better place. Could have gone in.
Both first lines on for New Canaan. Gamble and Moore once again meeting up on the face-off circle. Darien wins it back. A shot blocked in front, loose in the slot. Patted away to the corner. Lampert can't get out. Kept in by Johnson. He'll move in. Johnson trying for a shot, blocked away. Still loose at the side of the net. And Johnson covers. Got 3 Johnson in this game.
And one in our booth standing right next to us.
A lot going on in front of the net there. You see Bo Johnson able to get the right pad on it, able to kick it out, and just able to freeze the puck before Darien could get a tip in.
The first line still on for Darien. Very dangerous. Moore, Erickson, Dyer. Back out point. Shot by Johnson. Patted away by Johnson. Now to the back to Hull. His shot blocked in the slot. Kept in by Darien. And now skated out by Eccleston. Reed that was as he gets it in deep. Now Spain. He goes to Dean. Dean trying to go back to him. Kept in by Moore as Dean gets pushed into the net by Johnson. Now Dyer. A 3-on-2 rush for Darien. Dyer takes a shot. It's blocked away to the corner. Buchanan trying to get out of their own zone, and they do. But right back in goes Holland, and it's behind Bo Johnson. 1:22 left in this first period. Russo slot. Leon, another shot patted away by Johnson to the corner. Back out to Lau. Now to Leon. He'll play it safe and cycle. Darien controlling offensive play. Conway to the middle, trying for Leon. But Ellis as he's back on the ice after his injury, and we have a whistle here.
I believe Conway thought he had Leanne on a cross for an open shot. He just wasn't there yet, and the net looks like it's moved again for a stoppage play.
So just under 1 minute here, and Darien has looked on fire in this first period.
Yeah, the scoreboard's not showing it really. Darien's got a lot of great opportunities, just haven't found the back of the net yet, but if they keep playing like this, they're definitely going to find one soon.
Darien trying to get their stick back for the New Canaan bench. A little bit of a mix-up there. Do that second line of Lau, DeVillers, and Conway on. Wins it back. A shot deflected. Johnson makes the save with his glove.
Good save there off the ricochet off Lau's stick.
Back out point. A shot deflected to the corner. DeVillers tries to throw it in front. A lot of physical play. Loose. Buchanan can't get out. Now it's chance. Oh, just wide. Hands over the head goes DeVillers. He had an open net.
Yeah, and Arthur DeVillers, the sophomore, one of those players, a great shooter. He knows what he's doing. That's why he's on the ice, and he just missed an opportunity
now
there.
Mettler clears it out, trying to find Kroll. He couldn't keep control. Ives on the back check with DeVillers. He keeps it in. Along the left side wall goes. Moore shoots it.
Open
Rebound.
net.
Oh,
it's in.
And they score! It's Lau. It's 1-0 Blue Wave.
And Arthur DeVillers with the redemption there. Pass across the ice to Moore. Zips it through the defense, and Moore, Bo Johnson's able to kick off Moore's initial shot, but the rebound by Lau is able to go in.
This is an unbelievable first save there with that pad, and then comes right in the crease, goes off the skate, and then just barely
Trickles
finds its
into
way
the
in.
net.
Wow.
They deserved it. They've been working hard this entire period.
Yeah, they needed that one after, I said earlier they can't go down in this game. They've been dominating the offensive end here. So it's good for them. They finally got one in. Let's see how New Canaan responds.
And a great stop there by Lau with his skate just to get control, just enough to poke that into the net and over the line.
Yeah, NC's been digging themselves some big holes here. They really got to clear the puck. There have been a couple of times where it feels like 3 guys are trying to clear the puck, and then there was a 2-on-0 for Darien. That one they couldn't convert, but the second time of asking they did.
Here's Rayer with under 10 to go. Michael Rayer goes to his backhand. Johnson on defense. Hit in the corner. And that'll bring us to the end of the first period. 1-0 Blue Wave. Danny Lau with the goal, assist to Jamison Moore. Dylan Pescator, Austin Platt, Will Johnson, NCTV 78, DAF Network, joint production between both companies of New Canaan and Darien. It will be a full intermission between the first and the second. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50-square-foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
Hello and welcome. We are back for the second period of this great matchup, New Canaan and Darien, on this Saturday night at Darien Ice House. 1-0 Darien is your score. Danny Lau with the goal in the first period for the Blue Wave as we get ready for the second. Here with Austin Platt and Will Johnson. A lot of Johnsons in this game. Austin actually wanted to make a joke to start off this period. Austin, what is your joke?
I was going to make a joke about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that is brought to you by basically everyone here with the last name Johnson, but I'll save that one for later.
First lines back out on the ice for both teams. Johnson back behind his net. Dyer back out point. Metler, here's a turnover. Moore, he's got Erickson. Back over to Erickson, shot off the post, and Johnson's out of his crease. Oh, inches away with Sam Erickson for making this 2-0.
Wow.
Back out point. Johnston. We have a penalty coming up on New Canaan. Erickson shoots it, gloved by Bo Johnson, and someone from the Rams will be going to the box.
What a chance for Darien. They had an open shot. Erickson, you see here, great pass over to Erickson. He's got the whole net, and just off the pipe. Just off the pipe, and Bo Johnson looked like Darien would have another chance. He was way out of his crease. Could have had an open shot, an open net. New Canaan did a great job recovering and keeping this a 1-0 game.
So it'll be a Darien power play on the PK for New Canaan. It's Pinella, Spain, Harrison, and Reed. Back out to the point. Now to the wing. Lau, the goal scorer. To Leon, to Lau, shot, save. Oh, Conway was in front as well.
Yeah, good shot there and good save.
Conway, Lau, Leon shoots, blocked in front by Pinella. Gamble, or Spain that is, hits it out of play on a deflection. A fast start to this Darien power play.
Yeah, Darien's off to this period hot with a, just an almost goal off the right pipe, and then now just on the power play, throwing shot after shot at Bo Johnson, and he's been having a lot of pressure on the net.
New Canaan's got to take a deep breath here.
Back out Spangler, blocked away by Eccleston. Pinella has some time, and he'll clear it out just to the neutral zone as Lau pass it back to his defenseman.
That puck's got to go all the way down. New Canaan's been pinned inside their own zone really for the last 5 minutes going back to the first period.
Conway behind his net, off Reed's skate. Now Conway over to Lau. Right side half wall, back out point, Leon looking, shooting, saved by Johnson as he got a good look at it and gets the whistle.
Yeah, Darien firing on all cylinders right now, putting a ton of shots in the net continuously. And, they already had one go in. They've had one hit the pipe. New Canaan's got to get some offense if they want a chance to win this game.
Looking to survive here. Dean and Spain come on along with Murphy and Lampert. Interesting, Austin, putting Murphy on this PK.
Yeah, especially Lampert as well, given this is his first game back.
Off the face-off, Erickson, that first line, back on for Darien. Johnston, Erickson, shooting, save off the deflection by Dyer, I should say. Now to Luke Johnson, over to Moore. He tries to shoot, fans on it. Now keeps possession and throws it behind the net. Dyer, right side wall with Lampert. Lampert wins the battle, but fans on the clearing attempt.
Great job by Lampert, picks his pocket.
Comes back to him. Now to Spain, and he'll get it all the way down.
That's the clear New Canaan was looking for. A nice play there from Lampert. A great addition back for this team. And you usually see guys like Aren Garay on this PK, but you're seeing some newer names. Of course, Jack Murphy as well, the senior who has a goal this season. But good start here from New Canaan.
Now over to Erickson. He'll hold it. Dump it on in. Dyer and Lampert will come together. Dyer. Moore. And then to Erickson, trying to set up this power play, try to throw it in front, blocked away by Murphy. Now comes to Spain, and then to Dean, and he'll clear it on down. 5 to go in this power play for Darien. Yeah, and Austin, Griffin Dean is not someone that Darien wants to see on the New Canaan PK.
That is correct. Of course, 2 goals last year, both on Dorothy Hamill against.
Now here's Gamble, throws it in front. Rayer couldn't control. Back out point, Metler shooting, blocked away by the skate of Moore into the corner. Bowden Gamble back to Pinella. He can't control, and he'll have to chase after it. Wins the battle with Erickson. Now Darien, Erickson shooting just wide of Johnson. More on this forecheck. The New Canaan defenders are very tired. They've been on for a long time, but they do get it out.
And Canaan can take a deep breath now after killing off that power play. Looked like Darien was going to score, and New Canaan was able to just get a few bounces go their way and keep it a 1-0 game.
They held their fort for the time being. Pinella trying to get it out. He does. A shot from the blue line now on a delayed offside. Hit the glass and taken by Rayer. Now to Metler, cross ice pass. Goes through a stick, icing waved off as Dean will chase after it. Spangler for the Blue Wave. Dangerous pass up, but they do get it in. De Villers, shot, save, rebound, they score! It's Garabet, 2-0 Blue Wave.
Great job by Darien there.
Off the shin pad of Metler and right to Garabet's stick. And the Blue Wave have doubled their lead.
That's just those little things that can go a long way with two really great teams. Shot blocking was something I said in the beginning that New Canaan needed to do. Metler did just that, and it came right to Garabet. There's the block there, right in the slot. What a great shot there. Johnson really couldn't do much, didn't see it to the very end. Deservedly so, Darien has this 2-0 lead, and it kind of rolls the reverse from this first game that these two teams met.
Yeah, the sophomore, Tommy Bronca, threw a shot on net, and it was kicked away by Johnson. The rebound from Garabet just puts it in the top corner. Great shot.
A fifth line forward, I should say, getting some limited playing time, but gets on the score sheet is Tommy Bronca, his brother Billy, on that fourth line. Here's Darien on another rush. They are relentless. De Villers on the right side, guarded by 3 New Canaan Rams, and they get out with Lampert. Has Ellis to his left, but he'll take it himself. Luke Lampert in his second game returning from injury. Trying to throw it across, taken by Lau, and now Darien will break out. Cross ice pass. Does not make it enough for icing. In the corner, Conway battling with Reed. The 18s come together. Now De Villers with the senior captain, Gavin Reed. Spain comes out of a group with it. The small, speedy forward will dump it on in and go on after it. He's by himself as New Canaan is in a change. Spain deflects it, throws it in front, couldn't find Johnson. Now Eccleston trying to keep it in. He does, a shot deflected to the corner. Dean, Eccleston trying to keep it in on this forecheck. Thrown around the boards by Holland and out. Murphy and Wheatfeld, he turns it over. He'll have to chase after it as Cam Wheatfeld. As he does, offside's not called here as play somewhat stopped, but it was not touched by the Darien forward. Wheatfeld having a tough shift behind his own net. Now skates out with it. A nice pass over to Murphy. He gets leveled. Sam Erickson using his body on the senior defenseman.
Huge hit.
Now thrown in front, Dyer. He has it on the right side wall, lose it to Dean. Thrown to the middle to number 25, Jack Murphy once again, and they'll get it out.
Hopefully Jack Murphy's okay. He took a lick there from Erickson. It looks like he's okay. He's able to get up and keep playing.
Yeah, Carter Spain returned the favor on the other end at the end of that shift.
And it's rare, very rare, to see a goal scorer at the level of Erickson to lay out the hit and lay the body like that as well. Metler trying to find a breakaway pass for Rayer. He couldn't, and it was deflected away. Garabet, the goal scorer, starting a rush, blocked away by Metler with his shin pad. Now Johnson looking for Rayer. He finds him. Michael Rayer on the right side wall. Shoots, saved by Schofield. Rebound goes to Garabet in the corner. Pinching in is Matty Pinella from his deep point spot. Gamble will take over. Back to Gamble. Deflected. Oh, just wide. Rayer at the side of the net. Schofield got there just in time. Now back out point. Pinella shooting, blocked away, and it'll come down to Johnson.
And Darien with some fresh legs on here. Henry Gregory, the junior, on, along with Asa Beach. Both have not seen much time this game, but are able to get some fresh legs on.
And that was New Canaan's best shift so far,
for sure.
Allison.
Yeah, they're really trying to go for these cross-ice passes, not trying to ice the puck, and trying to find Darien on their back foot.
Metler in front, saved by Schofield, and he'll cover. And also, we've seen Pinella and Metler on back-to-back shifts, pinching in and getting it in deep.
So what New Canaan's got to do, get that puck in. New Canaan's got the speed. Darien's certainly shown their physicality. New Canaan's got to use that speed and try and get to these pucks behind Schofield's net and try and get something in front. Of course, Michael Rayer scored the goal that made it 2-1 in that 10-2 game last year. So, you know, if there's someone that Coach Jones is looking for to do the same this year, it's that junior second line right winger. Very gritty, works well with really any player on this team, and second on the team with 11 points, only behind the captain, Bowden Gamble.
So we'll see a little bit of a line change up here. It'll be Harrison, Ives, and Ellis. Carter Ellis in a bit of a scoring drought, a bit snake bitten. Wants to get that monkey off his back as Darien will get it out with Conway. Now to DeVillers. The backhand pass in the slot, shot saved by Johnson. The rebound, loose in the crease, then cleared out by Lampert.
That was a great pass there from DeVillers. Darien had a chance in front, and it was a good save.
Ellis cuts to the slot, shot deflected over the net as he shows some signs of frustration. But you're right, Will. Danny Lau was right there for the rebound, just couldn't get a stick on it.
Yeah, good job there by Lampert to make sure. Helped out his sophomore netminder, didn't quite know where it was. Cleared it out. New Canaan, finally, they got to win a face-off here in the offensive zone.
And Austin, talk about the connection between all the sophomore goalies, defensemen, and forwards on this team.
It's been huge, and when you look at New Canaan's been cycling through defensemen, of course, Justin Wheatfeld this year, and as well as Ben Anong, Eric Wills, the three captains from last year were all defensemen by the end of the year. Now, getting these younger guys, of course, Cam Wheatfeld's come up, and of course, then you have the top two guys, Lampert and Mettler, being sophomores. It helps out so much. The chemistry, of course, in the classroom as well.
Spain wins a face-off. Johnson, Eccleston moves to the slot, a backhand shot goes wide of the net. New Canaan getting some forecheck chances here. Back to Reed. He'll dump it on in. Delayed offside here on the Rams. They'll touch up. A nice pass over here to number 15, Billy Bronca. He'll dump it on in. Reed and Thurlow come together. Now Bronca shows his physical presence. Thurlow in front, scores! Patrick Thurlow, the junior, on the fourth line says it's number 3.
Yeah, Patrick Thurlow there. You know, he earned that goal. They were fighting for it for a long period of time behind the net. And, you know, as you can see here, he gets it finally, and he wins it, just squeaks by Johnson on the left side.
That's one Bo Johnson's going to want back there. Had it for a moment, and then it squirted right past him into the back of the net. And right as I say, New Canaan gets good time, and we're going to see a goalie change here for New Canaan. Dylan, you've been a fan of the freshman, and so has New Canaan. They've had a lot of hype in it. Mason Pickering on the year, 2-0, beat St. Joe's twice. Allowed 2 goals against both of them, but New Canaan offense had plenty of time, and it's the right move for Coach Jones. Halfway through this game, down 3-0. You don't want to turn it into a 10-2 fest like we saw last year.
And Austin, not only could he help, you know, give the forwards some jump in this game, but also for future as playoffs come up, you know, about a week or so from now, as Gamble throws in a net, it could, you know, create a goalie competition.
Yeah, of course. You know, you felt as if Bo Johnson proved himself as one of the best netminders in the state last year, but you can't, and has been confident in Pickering. And it's, you know, look at Darien. It's been between Schofield and DeBaradinas all year. They've kind of been 1 and 2 back and forth, but New Canaan Johnson's been the clear number 1. But when you're 2-0 and you win games when your coach puts you in, you gotta feel as if in a game like this you're going to be put in.
Here's Mettler on his own rush, makes a nice move, taken down, no call. Cleared out by Hull. Moore along the wall, turnover to Johnson. Has Murphy at the point, decides to put it in deep to Rayer. He gets taken down, and there's a penalty. Pickering will go to the bench and create the extra skater. Back out point, Murphy tries a shot, touched by Moore, or Erickson that is, and it will be a New Canaan power play. This is huge.
Must score. I think those are the words you have to use here for New Canaan. Had a first power play, was not very good at all. Looked like Darien was the man up there. And New Canaan players really exhausted here. It's been a really good second period from Darien. They finished the first period off well with that first goal. They've added 2. And New Canaan's got to score here. 6:12 left. You got your new goalie in, trying to install some confidence in your forwards and your D-men. And we're going to see a mask break here.
Quick break for both sides as we go in. It's on the scoreboard, it says there's 2 penalties on Darien. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if we missed one.
If it really is a 5-on-3, New Canaan's got to capitalize.
That's a must score, and it seems like the Darien forward will be going to the bench. And now all Darien players to the bench. So it seems as though, as we try to sort this out,
you know, a bit about 5-on-3s and New Canaan Darien games. Of course, a week ago tonight, when the girls played Darien, Darien had a 5-on-3, converted both chances at the end of the second period. Of course, New Canaan won that game 4-3 in OT.
Okay, so currently there are 3 Darien players on the ice in the zone. 5 for New Canaan.
So it is a 5-on-3.
So I believe the scoreboard operator has it correct. It'll be a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes, 6:12 left in the second. Austin, that's the term, must score. Gamble, Johnson, Rayer, Metler, and Wheatfeld on this power play. Huge. New Canaan wins the faceoff. Back to Wheatfeld. He'll try to set it up. Cross-ice pass to Metler. Back to Wheatfeld. Now to Gamble, left circle. Gamble, Rayer, back corner. Metler throws it in front. Oh, Gamble missed a wide open net. He couldn't get his stick on it, but a great setup play. Now Rayer, high slot, slap shot. Oh, deflected to the corner with Metler. Shane Metler lurking, looking, shooting, just wide. He tries a drop pass. Finds Rayer. 30 seconds down in this power play. And we have a whistle.
And New Canaan, you know, they've got to be frustrated with that. Metler made a great pass in front, and it just had a completely open net for Gamble, and he just missed it.
An incredible play. And it was just deflected, I guess, by the Conway stick. That was incredible.
Yeah, it looked like that was the same way Darien nearly scored their first goal, and then they finally did score it on the other end. New Canaan's basically got to do the same thing.
So it must have been some type of violation on the Rams that the faceoff came back to the neutral zone. A turnover by Darien. Back point, Wheatfeld. He'll look. Rayer. Behind the net, Gamble. Darien playing a very box-like structure, giving New Canaan the outside. Wheatfeld.
Watch Metler.
Gamble. Metler just goes over his stick. Now back to Gamble. Looking. Throws it in front. Loose. No one can find it. A shot here by Metler is saved by Schofield. His first test of the evening, really. Metler. Dean. Wheatfeld. Pack across. Johnson shoots. Blocked away. And a whistle.
This 5-on-3 has just been crazy. A lot of action here so far. You know, New Canaan's done a great job getting their open one-timers on the backside, and just not one of them has gone in the net yet. But you gotta hope for their sake, and to get them to call themselves back in this game, they gotta put at least one in here.
They'll keep the first unit on. 1:12 gone, 48 to go. Metler back at the point, looking, shooting, scores! Shane Metler saw the corner and picked it. New Canaan now on the board. 3-1 game.
That's the goal New Canaan was looking for. You got a 5-on-3, you got to convert. What a shot there from Mellers. Had a really great shift. Hasn't had a great start to this game, but what a shot there. It moves in to the high slot, the lefty shot, and that is just a perfect shot. That is NHL game-like stuff. Huge goal there from the sophomore, his third on the year. And New Canaan has some life. They got another 43-second power play.
I believe New Canaan has taken a timeout as well.
Yeah, Metler was able to pick the corner there. You know, he had a few shots on that power play. Wasn't able to convert before that. He'd taken that same shot before. And finally, he just put it perfect spot. Schofield had no chance.
And Austin, talk about how it not only helps the entire forward group that they finally beat Schofield, but also gives Mason Pickering some confidence.
And your D-man as well, of course, when you see a freshman getting put in for your star goalie, put some pressure on the defense, especially since they are seniors. And of course, the captain said seniors got to lead by example, and it helps those D-men out as well. And kind of it's a sigh of relief for New Canaan. Coach Jones knows his team is back in it. And even though the scoreboard says 3-0, I don't believe that one's being taken off.
I wouldn't believe that as well. Just a little bit slow by the scoreboard operator. So still with that first unit goes New Canaan with Gamble, Johnson, Rayer, and then back on the back end is Metler and Wheatfeld. Just about 35 to go on this 5-on-4 now. Under 5 to go here in the second, and that's a big one just to give New Canaan some confidence. Rayer trying to set up this power play. Goes back to Wheatfeld. Cross-ice pass to Metler. 22 to go here in this power play to the neutral zone. Canaan can't get in just yet. Now under 15. Gamble brings it in, but we have an offside call as two players got tangled up. Rayer and Conway. We haven't seen much physicality since that first 10 minutes or so, but both players got tangled up, and now it will be a face-off in the neutral zone with 13 seconds to go in this power play. 4:26 left in the second period.
Yeah, it is clearly 3-1. Darien's got 4 players on the ice, and that 5-on-3 came off the scoreboard, but it is 3-1. Don't be
Now here's
alarmed.
a chance. Erickson short-handed. He'll try to waste some time. Smart player there. Now in front, Dyer gets cross-checked by Pinella in front. We're back to even strength. Ives now below. Dean shows up in the biggest moments. This would be one to show up in. He's on with Spain. Darien trying to get out, I should say, with Garabet, and they do. Now here's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Chasing after it is Tommy Bronco, who has an assist so far in this game. Lampert along the wall. Cannot get it out. Kept in by Darien's number 4, Tommy Holland. Eccleston takes a hit to make a play. Clears it out. Schofield will not touch it, which means it'll be another icing for the Rams. And it's imperative for New Canaan to keep this at a 2-goal deficit as we go into the third. A 2-goal deficit is possible to come back from 3, not so much.
Yeah, manageable to say the least, and of course you want to allow Pickering to have some confidence going into the third period. You can't have him give up a goal. Had that one save on that laser, as you mentioned, Will, from Jamison Moore. There's a little bit of a rude awakening in this rivalry. Pardon me, that was Sam Erickson, who had 2 goals in the first matchup.
Gamble and Lau on the face-off. One here by DeVillers, throws it in front. Can't handle it is Pickering. Raher throws it off the glass and out. Chasing after it is Johnson. He wins the puck battle, taken down by his own skates. That ice monster got him again. Turnover, Raher couldn't handle it. Now Darien with a rush. Leon's gonna start it. Conway throws it in front, backdoor, couldn't find it. Pickering's out of his crease. Trying to throw it to Conway is Darien. Johnson can't get out. Another shot thrown on it, deflected twice and just wide. Gavin Reed along the wall, kept in by Leon. Gamble up to Johnson. Takes a hard hit from the wall as he couldn't stop himself, and it's down deep in the Darien zone. Kept in by Johnson. Reed throws it on net, deflected and caught by Schofield as we have 1:56 left in this second period.
That was Michael Rayer there in the slot looking for a deflection, and Schofield saw it there.
This was a chance by Darien. They threw it backdoor at 2 guys, but just couldn't handle it. And then another backdoor pass to Conway, couldn't figure out. This was the New Canaan chance that Schofield gobbled up with his glove.
Yeah, good adjustment there from Schofield off the tip from Rayer. Easily could have stuck in the back of the net.
Medler trying to keep it in. He fails at that, but brought back in by Spain. Trying to find Eccleston, but he wasn't in the zone yet. They'll have to touch up and go right after it. Kept in by Dean. Now brought out here by Darien. Dumping it on in is Thurlow, the third goal scorer for the Blue Wave. Feifel also on. Eccleston trying to get out, and he does. Here's a chance. Griffin Dean goes to his forehand, skating, throws it in front, couldn't find it, and his pass is deflected right back to him in the corner.
Good job by Asa Beach there, getting in front of the puck, stopping a potential open one-timer.
Now here's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Bronk on his backhand. To the corner goes Thurlow. He'll go for a change. Billy Bronco with it, throws it in the slot. Shot by Moore, blocked by Matty Pinella. Another shot, blocked by Pinella again.
2 huge blocks there.
A turnover. Moore shoots another block. This one by the stick of Metler.
I took the demon.
Moore, slot, Dyer scores! What a shift by Jamison Moore, and Teddy Dyer goes top corner on Pickering. 4-1 with under a minute to go in the second.
Jamison Moore had like 4 chances there. Unbelievable. And
one of the best shifts I've ever seen.
He finally threw it in front, and Dyer was just wide open, screaming for it, and he just puts it right at the top of the net. Great shot.
And that's unacceptable by the New Canaan defense. I mean, you give a guy like Moore 1 chance, that's all right, 1 and done. 2 chances, 4 chances, Austin, that can't happen.
No, especially when you block all the shots. Someone's got to be there behind to clear the puck down. And what a shot there. Bar down, and that one is the dagger for New Canaan.
Most likely, but hey, we've seen crazier things.
4-1 leads we know can evaporate quickly.
We do. Kept in here by Murphy. New Canaan trying for one before the period ends. Dyer along the right side wall, throws it in front. It's on the line. What's the call? No goal. The call is no goal. It was on the goal line along the right crease. Now the referees signal as they're talking. Now talking to Moore. It didn't look as if it crossed until after the whistle.
Yeah,
but it's under the officials'
The ball just sat on that red
review.
line for a couple seconds, and after the whistle was blown, it looked like it trickled in.
Here's your replay as
This
it's
is a
just
good replay
along
here.
the goal line. Great job by our crew here at DAF Media. Just sits right there and then
the net
maybe
comes
trickles over, but it will be ruled no goal. A great setup there by Teddy Dyer as he threw it in front.
Yeah, that's what you got to do on a freshman netminder. Of course, he's already given up one. Couldn't do much there on that shot from Erickson. And Darien still looking for a clarification as Mac Budd wants to see his
irate to
Yep,
say
there
the
you
least.
go.
He wanted that 5th goal, to say the least, and he's still yelling at the official. 3-goal leads are not enough for him. He wants as much as he can get. Wheatfield tied up with Conway. Conway takes it below the net. Under 25 to go here in the second. Conway to the slot. Back out point, a shot. A pass that was deflected to the corner. Reed. Now Conway takes it. On his backhand, throws it in front. Found the stick of Wheatfield. Him and DeVillers tie up. Gamble to Rayer with 4 to go here in the period. He'll throw a shot on net. Pat away by Schofield. At the end of 2, it's 4-1 Blue Wave in a crazy second period. After 1, it was 1-0, and now it is 4-1 Darien. Some great goals on both sides. Lau started us off, and then Thurlow got in on the action. For New Canaan, Metler scored. And of course, check out the @NCTV 78 Twitter for all the goal scorers as we will head to the second intermission. Dylan Pescator, Austin Platt, Will Johnson, DAF Media Network, and NCTV 78.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. And as a family, we've had so much fun watching varsity field hockey and lacrosse games under the Darien High School stadium lights. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
As a resource, the Darien Foundation is unique within Fairfield County and indeed unique on a national level. For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien in offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are Making a Difference. We are DAF Media.
The boys hockey team looks to win its final regular season home game of the season. Ridgefield versus Darien, 3:50 Wednesday on the DAF Media Network.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
And we are back here for the third period. 4-1 Darien is your score as we start this third period. 15 minutes to go is Darien's mentality as they come into this one. 3-goal lead as we go into this third period. And Austin, a disappointing second for New Canaan.
Yeah, they had that 5-on-3, converted once if they needed to, but too many chances. Can't give a good team that many opportunities, especially in the slot. And Erickson made them pay, and now they have a big hole that they have to dig themselves out of.
They almost had 5 at the end of the second, but it was waved off by the officials. Dreyer will dump it in and go after it. Johnson trying to get out with Dyer. They do. Now Moore. Cross-ice pass Erickson. Dreyer on the back check for New Canaan. Erickson shoots, deflected down. Johnson will retake his position. Now it hits the official, and he goes down. Some wet ice out there as it was just scraped. Gavin Reed had a cross-ice pass for Rayer, but it went out of play and into the New Canaan bench. And Austin, New Canaan was looking for those cross-ice passes a lot in that first and part of that second period. Now, not really. The cross-ice passes.
Yeah, New Canaan was going for that in that first period to try and block off any icings and keep the puck in the offensive zone, but they're not going for that. Those were unsuccessful and gave Darien too many opportunities on the other way.
Pinella off the face-off win by New Canaan, taken by Spangler. He'll keep it in at the blue. Dumped back in by Conway. Kept in by Stein, but it came out of the blue. Oh, it did not come out, according to the officials, as they try to center it for Conway. It's now behind the net. Now to Lau, the first goal scorer for Darien. Back out point, Stein, blocked by Eccleston as he already went down and then got the puck. Now Spain will start a rush. Loses the puck to Leon. Spain and Leon come together. Trying to get out is Griffin Dean. He comes together with Lowe. DeVillers trying to get it out, and it goes into the Darien bench. This is a line that New Canaan really has to get going, Austin. Spain, Dean, and Eccleston.
Yeah, Jack Eccleston, of course, one of the surprising players at the beginning of the year. Has 4 goals and 2 assists, but you mentioned Dean and Spain, 2 guys that really need to get it going, and this New Canaan offense needs to get it going because they've had trouble scoring the last couple games.
Here's Ellis trying to start a rush on himself. Turnover, and Darien will get out with Garabet. Battling with Wheatfeld. Harrison out there as well. Metler will get to the red and dump it on in. And icing is called here? Or a penalty, I see. Or was it a... What do we see here, Austin?
There's no penalty here. It looks like we're going to see 10 skaters on the ice. I guess they're going to call icing here, but it was clearly past the red, so we got some refs that might need some glasses.
Always love to see the competition here as Ellis brings it and he'll dump it in. Caught by Schofield. And then he plays it to the side. Ellis wraparound try. Still loose in the slot. Schofield down. Ellis with another try at it. Back out point. Lampert shoots. Saved by Schofield with the pad.
Redemption from Schofield. They're a risky play. He had it gloved. He saw a couple people coming at him. He dropped off to his left, which was didn't seem like it was the right decision as they got a shot on net, and Lampert had a pretty open look, and he was just able to block it away.
Yeah,
very good shot by Lampert and a better save by Schofield.
Yeah, great save. Ellis was looking for the wraparound there. It was a poor play from Schofield as Ellis was right there, but he couldn't quite get it all the way around, and then the scramble in front. Schofield made the big save as it came out to the point.
Gamble off the face-off, tries to push it in deep and does. Kept in by Reed, but then he loses control. Back out to the neutral zone, and New Canaan will have to reset. Taken by Holland for the Blue Wave. Flips it to Johnson, back to Holland. First line for Darien, back out, looking for more. More that is. Jamison moving and shooting, saved by Pickering.
Great save.
Now Erickson circling. Back out to the point, saved by Pickering off a shot from Holland.
That's a big save there. He made with the right leg. Yeah, that could have been the dagger for the Darien put in New Canaan, but he's able to keep this game alive.
Yeah, any save here from Mason Pickering is huge for his confidence. Of course, he's played in 2 games. New Canaan handily won both of them, but now against Darien, a game that's basically out of hand, confidence is huge for him, and of course, he's going to have something to say after this game to Clark Jones, who's going to be the #1 netminder going forward. Of course, they got Fairfield in a big game on Wednesday to finish the regular season and then playoffs, and they're going to play in FCIAC playdowns, we presume.
And we'll get to that after the game as we'll talk about playoffs and the seeds as they change every single day that there are games. Eccleston in the neutral zone, battling with Dyer. Comes back out to Wheatfeld. Tries a nice play on Erickson and then hits Erickson, but here is Sam. The laser of a shot, tried it, blocked down by Wheatfeld. Kane trying to get out of the zone, kept in by Erickson's stick, now finally out by Reed. Luke Johnson makes the red, now makes the blue. On his backhand to the corner. A defenseman in deep, throws it in front, found a stick, but just off, kept in by Darien and then cleared by New Canaan. But then a fall by Wheatfeld. Here's a chance to the slot, deflected off by Bronca. Took that shot. He already has a goal in this one. Now in by Eccleston. Ives on the other side. Cleared away by Feifel. Bronca starting another chance. Feifel stops, looks for a pass. It comes to Pickering's pad, and he'll deflect it behind the net. Playing it as Ellis. At eyes, it comes to the middle and cleared out to the neutral zone. Right back in as Beach lets Darien do a full change. Some battling here in the neutral zone. Now Lau comes out of a group with it. Danny Lau, the first goal scorer for Darien, takes a shot over the head of Mason Pickering, and it hits the glass. Now brought back in front. Waiting, De Villers, point. Beach. Now to the wing. Thrown in front, a nice play there, but picked off by Ellis, and he'll get it out to the neutral zone. No let up in this Darien team as they were waiting for their forward to get out of the zone, and they do. Trying for a breakaway pass for Rayer. He'll get it in deep, taking hit by Conway. Spangler with some time. De Villers helps it out, and now Rayer to Lampert, and he'll try to gain the zone, and he does. Lampert takes a shot wide of the net. Kept in by Metler with a shot, he flubbed it. And Spangler will lead the rush for Darien as he gets it in deep, but did not make the red. And it'll be an icing as we reach under 10 to go in the third. Show you this replay here of the shot by Lampert. Went over the net high and wide. And Will Schofield has just played outstanding. He hasn't had many, chances to make big saves, but when they have come, he's been up to the task.
Yeah, he just, as you said, he hasn't had that many chances to make any huge saves. But when the opportunity's been presented to him, he's definitely shown up. He made the mistake dropping the puck and was able to completely redeem himself just a few seconds later with a huge save.
Spangler to Stein. Third line now, one for Darien. They get it past a few New Canaan forwards, and chasing after it is Garabet. Now to the left side. At the wing is Darien. They throw it in front. Saved by Pickering. Now behind the net. Wraparound try save. Loose in the crease. Still loose. Poking at it. And New Canaan comes out of it with Rayer. Michael to his forehand. Crosses up. Goes to his backhand on Spangler with speed. Takes a big hit by Whitaker. Kept in by Lampert. Thrown in front. Blocked away by Whitaker. Back to Lampert. Tries to find Johnson. It goes past him and into Rayer. Gets taken down cleanly. Now Gamble. Rayer shooting off the pad of Schofield. Now behind the net, it's Spangler. Off over the stick of Lampert, and he'll have to chase with Bronca.
Yeah, that puck took a weird hop over the stick of Lampert. He could have kept it in, maybe had a chance for another shot.
This one goes out of play on a great defensive play there by Jamison Moore. 8:43 left in the third. 4-1 Darien, and Boston. New Canaan just can't seem to find their way into the zone after a dump it and gain pressure.
Yeah, that's what Darien knew. That's the reason they were going to win this game, make sure New Canaan doesn't beat them. Going in, and a tough shift there from Michael Rayer, took a couple of hits, but he's a guy that will fight them off and still had a chance on net. But Darien's done well on the defense, something they didn't do as much in the first couple periods in their first matchup.
Erickson circling the zone. Back out to the point. Now deflected back on in. Johnston keeping it in. Loose. To try to deflect it was Moore, but he couldn't get his stick on it. Reed takes a hit. Johnson will deflect it back in. It's Darien forecheck. It was relentless as Moore tried to lay a big hit. Erickson to the slot. Trying to shoot his Dyer. Now a wraparound try. Throws it in front. Now deflected away by the Rams. Cole will clear it back on in. Skating up with it is Wheatfeld. Takes a shot, blockered away by Schofield, and Wheatfeld goes down in the corner. He'll get up and skate to the bench now. A lot of changes going on for both teams. This one deflects off the stick of Thurlow and into the New Canaan bench. No matter if they're up 4-1, Will, Darien is still just going at it on the forecheck. They will not give up the offensive zone easily.
Yeah, they know the team they're playing in New Canaan. They're never out of it, even if it seems like they are. If they get 1 or 2 in the next few minutes, this is definitely not over. So they know they got to keep their foot on the gas.
Pinella will dump it on in. Leon along the wall, back to Leon. A nice play there by Thurlow. Another goal scorer for Darien. He got the third one for the Blue Wave. Mettler playing catch with Pinella. They lose it to Leon. He'll dump it on in for an icing.
Yeah, knowing that MacBud, of course, you look at Darien, they got 2 games remaining. Buchanan has 1. They have Ridgefield and St. Joe's in the next 2 games. Those are the 2 weakest teams in this loaded FCIAC. So he knows that this last period is really going to be the last one. They're going to be really competitive and make sure they show New Canaan that if they play again in the playoffs, that they are the team to beat. And even though Fairfield Co-op may be number 1 right now in the standings, seems like Darien, they were the number 1 team last year on paper, and this year it looks like it might be the same.
Turnover here by Lampert, taken by Holland. Defenseman will dump it in and tell the Villers to go get it. Conway there along with Reed. Out of a scrum, New Canaan comes out with it, and they'll get it to the neutral zone, only to the stick of Holland.
Good decision by MacBud getting the freshman in right now, Tommy Holland. Maybe getting him some game time experience for bigger games.
And he's played well tonight, especially in his limited time on the ice. He's definitely done his job, not made any crazy mistakes that we've seen from the New Canaan defensemen.
Yeah, all the underclassmen from Darien have done a great job.
Chance for New Canaan. Lampert drop pass. Harrison couldn't find the handle. Nothing going right here for the Rams as they ice it. Goes over the stick of Ives. Just not much going here for New Canaan.
Not at all. Their game plan certainly use their speed, and New Canaan's got to be more physical going forward. Of course, the size, you look on the rosters, Darien's got a bigger team, but New Canaan looked like on some of those hits they were just looking at the refs immediately for penalties, and they weren't getting them just because it's a physical game, and in such a big rivalry game between these two, you got to expect the refs to let the kids play, and New Canaan just hasn't been up to the task, and Darien 4-1 lead. It could be more at this point, honestly.
Yeah, both teams have some very important underclassmen, and New Canaan's got the goalie Pickering, and as I said before, Darien's got some freshmen and sophomore underclassmen minute time, get some ice experience for bigger games in the future.
Another shot here off the face-off, gloved here by the freshman netminder. 6:12 left here in the game. Let's go back to some stats here that were graciously provided here by the Darien coaching staff. Chris Schofield coming in with a 91% save percentage, only one by him on a 5-on-3 laser by Mettler, which basically he had no chance on as Stein takes a shot. He has really been that back wall for this Darien team. We've seen D. Baradinas get some starts, but we expect Schofield to get the starts once it comes playoff time.
Yeah, this game is huge for him and his confidence going into rounding towards the end of the season. Schofield's a great goalie. Started last year and has been splitting reps with D. Baradinas this year. Maybe been a hit to his confidence, but after this, these past few games, especially tonight in a big rivalry game against Buchanan, he's really showed out and he's proved to everyone that he's still the FCIAC all-state goalie he was last year.
Yeah, of course, there were a couple games last year where it looked like a couple saves you wanted back.
Shot in front here by Lancaster does not go. Now behind the net, Mettler will try to clear it out. A weak one at that. Beach with a shot. Deflected by Garibet. A wraparound attempt stopped there by Murphy. But as we know, playoff season is a whole different feeling. And we know some of these players on Darien and some on New Canaan definitely have some experience. But we'll see what happens with the underclassmen and the non-experienced players get to that playoff time. Even though we do not have fans here, it'll still be a playoff-like feel as Pickering makes a save with a glove.
Yeah, we know anything can happen in playoff time. Darien absolutely smoked New Canaan last year 10-2, and New Canaan when it came playoff time, the FCIAC final, got the better end of Darien, was able to win that game. So this game, Darien knows that they can't go into that game feeling too confident, because they know that New Canaan can be a whole different outcome.
And you look at the playdowns last year, Dylan, that game we called against Fairfield Co-op, it looked like a mismatch on paper. Darien went up 3-0, and then it was 3-2, and Darien scored an empty net goal at the end to make it 4-2. So any game you can't take for granted. I mean, New Canaan needed double OT to beat Ridgefield in the semis, but going back to Schofield, big game for him. There were a couple of games last year where it looked like any shot would go in, as New Canaan's going to put this puck out of play. But he proved it, and there are a couple goals you probably wanted back in that FCIAC final, a couple one that scored by him, and then the 2 snipes from Griffin Dean. He's proved it. He's the junior, and Debo, as you guys like to call him, is the senior on this team, but two solid netminders that Max Bud can trust. And for New Canaan, you got to find that #1 netminder. And they got one more game left in the regular season, which is going to feel like a playoff game against Fairfield Co-op.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Pickering's been the better of the two goalies tonight. Only let in one goal in the time he's been in. So we'll see if Bo Johnson can keep the starting job as Erickson shoots a shot wide.
It'll be a very big question for Coach Clark Jones as playoff time comes around. We went with the freshman last year all season, put all his trust in him, and it paid off. Now, as freshman, as Darien takes a shot saved by Pickering, he's been very good tonight in the limited chances. It'll be interesting to see, and I think that game against Fairfield Co-op will show a lot because he's not going to start, Johnson in that game and then go with Pickering in the playoffs. He's not going to give him a cold start like that. So it'll be very, intriguing, and hopefully everyone who watches this is going to tune in on Wednesday night, NCTV 78, when New Canaan plays Fairfield Co-op here at DIH on that Wednesday night to see who Clark Jones goes with. It's a serious question because Bo Johnson has had his ups, but he's also had a lot of downs this year as well, as we have a penalty coming up to New Canaan.
I believe that's on Jack Johnson, hit up high on Matheson Hole.
Behind the net is Conway battling with Pinella. To the bench went Schofield, so it's 6 skaters on for Darien. Bowden Gamble touches it, and with 3:47 left in this one, Darien will go back on the power play, which has looked deadly so far, but they haven't cashed in yet.
No, but they've had chances to score, and honestly, I think it's not fair for them to not have one, so maybe they check that box. And the score sheet, yeah, it was a hit up high, you were right there. Jack Johnson goes to the box, and it will be a big game on Wednesday night for New Canaan. Whoever starts in net will probably start in the playoffs. It will feel like a playoff game, and New Canaan probably needs a win in that game because everyone, I think, right now is kind of riding them off for playoffs.
You're absolutely right as Johnson takes a shot, pat away by Pickering.
And barring any miracles here, if Darien can hold on, they'll move to 6-4-2, which will be, or 6-3-2, or 5-3-2, which will be huge for them to go up to win-loss of differential of 2 games. New Canaan, on the other hand, will go to 5-5-1, so 500 for them. This for their confidence, this has to be a shot. They got to turn it around in their game on Wednesday. You're
absolutely right, Will, and that game, we talk about it a lot. We don't want to look forward as much, 3:28 left in this one, but, in your last game of the season where there's so much riding on it, your momentum, your confidence, your goaltending matchup, facing the #1 seed as Darien takes another shot. Rebound try, just wide by Stein as he was wide open in the slot, but it's bigger than just facing the #1 seed. Not only do you need a win, but you need a lot of questions answered.
Yeah, there might be too many questions for just 45 minutes of game time to answer, but got some things that Coach Jones has to smooth out with this team, especially on the defensive side, looking at what they lost last year with Justin Wheatfeld, who had 9 goals and 9 assists. Sure, some of them were as the forward position at the end of the year, but Alex Sotiros, a guy we rarely brought up, but he was a freshman that went to Deerfield, was probably the #1 guy, so underrated.
Very, very good last year.
Unbelievable, and he was a freshman alongside Lampert and Mettler, so you talk about that, what would have been sophomore class on the defensive end alongside, of course, Bo Johnson, and then they also lost Nick McDanis.
Stein with a shot, loose in the crease. Pickering finds it and covers. I believe it went behind him, but we'll check the replay here. That was a nice shot by Stein. It was a blocker save, and then he just didn't know where it was, but then he found it in the crease with the help of his defenseman. Under 3 to go here in this one. In Austin, you wish you could play a St. Joe's on that Wednesday where you kind of know the result, and you could try a few things out. Especially with the seeding where New Canaan doesn't want to go away from DIH. They don't want to go to Ridgefield. They don't want to go to Greenwich for the playdowns. They want to play at their home, arena, and they have to try things out. There's just so many questions, and it'll be very interesting. Hopefully we can, go into contact with Coach Jones and figure out what his mindset's at.
Yeah, and of course, New Canaan, their 4 wins have been against, in the FCAC, have both been against Ridgefield and St. Joe, so they've beaten those worst teams, but just haven't won in the big games. Lost twice to Greenwich in 1-goal games. Of course, blew this 4-1 lead against Darien in the first game, and then lost that 7-5 game to Fairfield Co-op. So just in the big games, they have not come through, and I don't think they've shown a lot of the people and the fans that they can win in the big games. They should host a game in playdowns against, most likely it will be Ridgefield, but they're going to have to go on the road, probably against Co-op in that semifinal if they get there.
Here's a chance for Eccleston, shorthanded. He'll wait on it, now throws a puck on net, saved by Schofield. Under 40 to go here in this Darien power play. A nice pass from Leon to Conway, now to Lau. Starting the rush, Danny Lau, the first goal scorer for Darien. Shot on net, deflected in the crease. Now brought out by Gavin Reed, and he'll try to clear it down, and he does.
And that's another save by Pickering. If you're New Canaan tonight, the one good takeaway you have tonight is, you know, the freshman goaltender in Pickering just put on a show, only giving up 1 goal on countless shots. So you got to be happy with that, at least, you know, if you stay positive for New Canaan.
Absolutely will. And I mean, we talk about it. It'll be a big decision. You know, you got your even if, you know, Bo Johnson, and he's an FCAC winning all-state, all-FCAC goalie, called, you know, one of the best goalies, you know, as a freshman last year, just had a down year, and there's no way around it. And now to think that it's a reasonable position to go against him in the playoffs, it's a serious question.
That's what happens when you have a freshman and a sophomore in net. Just the experience isn't there. And sure, you know, a season.
A glove comes off as Johnson was hooked, and we'll have a New Canaan power play now.
Yeah, but that's what happens. You have a freshman and sophomore, just don't have the experience. And Bo Johnson has good experience in the playoff games, but didn't have states, which I think doesn't help because you're not playing other teams. But, you know, he's won some big games, of course. The first game of the year, Fairfield Prep right here at Darien Ice House. He got a huge win. Of course, New Canaan won 2-1. But other than that, the wins have been against both Ridgefield and St. Joe's twice. Not much there for New Canaan. And Darien, on the other hand, they've won the big games. You know, Co-op, they lost a close one, and they
tied as well.
So,
they did tie.
And, of course, they beat Greenwich twice. And then you assume they'd finish off against Ridgefield and St. Joe's with 2 wins. So Darien has confidence, as they should, and so does Greenwich and Fairfield Co-op. And New Canaan really needs a win and a good result on Wednesday if they want to give themselves confidence for the FCAC playdowns, because I don't think that's a gimme at this point.
And going into the playoffs, you got to think these two teams, you know, from a confidence perspective, but both records, you know, a little bit different, but not anything special. Like, so if you're thinking they're going in the playoffs, they're both going with the same goal. No, I don't think either team's going in to, you know, cocky or not confident or not confident. I think they're both going with the same mindset that they all have a pretty equal chance to win.
Absolutely, in such a crazy year, and, you know, playoff time is a different animal as we go into it. Under 1 to go here as Darien clears the puck on the New Canaan power play. They will leave Pickering, and they will not go for the 6-on-4 opportunity, even though they are down 3 goals. It'll be an interesting situation. And on Wednesday night, Austin and I, it'll be an NCTV broadcast. We'll go through all the seedings. We'll have a standings graphic. We'll give you the whole visual of anything that can go on and every matchup that can really happen, as Darien is starting to sense this win with under 20 seconds to go as Mettler carries the puck. It'll be an interesting one, and, you know, matchups we've never seen. Fairfield Co-op, the #1 seed. Darien coming in hot. You know, they didn't come in, you know, with much momentum last year. Then they, you know, took down Fairfield Co-op, and that'll do it. 4-1 is your final as Darien celebrates going into Schofield in their net. A great game on both sides. Darien going up 3-0. New Canaan getting a goal back, but then it was all Darien for the rest of it. As we wrap this one up on the DAF Media Network and the NCTV 78 YouTube channels, Dylan Pescator, Will Johnson, and Austin Platt. We have a quick update for the scores as both teams pay respects to each other. At the Winter Garden, Ridgefield and Fairfield are playing, and surprise, surprise, Ridgefield, the #5 seed, is actually beating the Mustangs with 2 to go in the second period, thankful to CTHS Hockey, 5-3. So, of course, there's a lot of seedings, a lot of points going around here in the SGAC, and especially if Ridgefield can get hot, you don't know if they can host the game. Maybe they host New Canaan in the playdowns. But that'll do it for us. 4-1 your final here on this Wednesday night. Austin Platt, Will Johnson, Dylan Pescator, and Will, can you shout out the DAF crew?
Shout out to everyone at DAF Media, Jack Cunningham, Braden Shank, Teddy Calorie. Thank you all for helping.
And, of course, Damian Andrew, our head producer. And, of course, here at DAH, we want to give thanks to our athletic director and hope for a speedy recovery for Johnny Pucks. That'll do it on this Saturday night.